Hello everyone. Today I decided to make a video that is very different from what I'm usually doing, especially given what I've mentioned before in my previous video. So as you may know, I do not like to get it into get political in my videos. I don't really have strong political opinions at all, and I kind of don't care about it that much. However, in this situation, I really feel like I wanted to voice my opinion about this one story that's been kind of like trending these days on the internet. And again, it's another like two sides like going at each other, just like in Star Wars. Uh, I stumbled upon that video not only because it's trending, but I guess I'm getting a lot of political videos these days because I just start to probably because I keep watching those Star Wars politically related video, and then now all the other crap just come up on YouTube. As you keep watching the same thing, you get more of that, and then now I'm seeing uh, lots of lots of political crap. But this story, I really wanted to concentrate on it because this is regarding um, gun violence, and also this is a story about this boy named David Hogg, and he's been on some interviews, and basically he's advocating for gun control because he was a victim of a mass shooting. I mean, not himself a victim, but his friends got gunned down. So this is the same thing, pretty much. Like you can say that he's a victim of mass shooting, and he's been vocal about it. And then there's a Fox News host Laura Ingraham. She made a tweet about him, and that was kind of attacking him. And then he attacked back by asking all the advertisers of Fox News to just drop advertising from the show. And a lot of them did. And then Fox News got in trouble. And then Laura Ingraham issued an apology, and he rejected the apology. A big mess. Let me just show you some clip so that we can get some context.
Fox News host Laura Ingraham is apologizing for a tweet she sent going after Parkland massacre survivor and high school student David Hogg. Ingraham's original tweet said, David Hogg rejected by 4 colleges to which he applied and whines about it. Dinged by UCLA with a 4.0 GPA, totally predictable given acceptance rates. Hogg then called on advertisers to boycott Ingraham, and several companies have cut their ties, pulling their ads from Ingram's show.
Okay, so I guess you get the context from it. And then David Hogg came to the CNN, and then went to discuss about what happened. And this is what was his take on it. I'm gonna skip through the CNN video because I don't want this video to last too long.
I think it's great that corporate America is standing with me and the rest of my friends, because when you come against any one of us, whether it be me or anybody else, you're coming against all of us. And I think it's important that we stand together as both corporate and civic America to take action against these people and show them that they cannot push us around, especially when all we're trying to do here is save lives. And when people try to distract, like Laura's trying to do right now, from what the real issue here is, which is gun violence in America, it's not only sad, it's just wrong. From a journalistic standpoint, I would say that she needs to be more objective and needs to stand down, because I am not the issue here. The issue needs to be gun violence in America, but what she's trying to do is to distract from that, and I hate it.
Okay, so I chose to show this video clip, because I wanted to, you to understand, what is on this guy's mind, David Hogg, and let's go to the part where he talks about the apology from Laura Ingraham.
But listen, after the advertisers started pulling out, she did issue an apology to you. I'll read it to everyone. Any student should be proud of a 4.2 GPA, including David Hogg. On reflection, in the spirit of Holy Week, I apologize for any upset or hurt my tweet caused him or any of the brave victims of Parkland. For the record, I believe my show was the first to feature David immediately after that horrific shooting, and even noted how poised he was given the tragedy. As always, he's welcome to return to the show anytime for a productive discussion. Do you accept her apology?
No. She's only apologizing after a third of her advertisers pulled out. And I think it's really disgusting, the fact that she basically tried promoting her show after apologizing to me. I think it's wrong, and I think if she really wants to do something, she could cover things like inner city violence and the real issues that we have in America. I know she's a talk show host, but as such, she also has a responsibility to show both sides of a story, you know?
So, what can I say? Basically, most people they agree that the original tweet from Laura Ingraham is not is not very nice, especially targeted towards a victim from a mass shooting. That's kind of very bad taste. And then after that, so David Hogg, he fought back, and managed to pull down all those advertising, and that was that showed a lot of power from this little kid, and then some people were a little bit on the fence on that, should she have done that or should not, and then this is when the things start getting divided between the right and left again, and then this is where things get very heated up. She apologized, and he say, no, I do not accept her apology. So after that, everybody on the right side basically was saying, okay, she apologized. How come you don't accept her apology? That's how things are, She did something bad. She said sorry. You have to accept it and move on. A lot of YouTubers on the right are now very angry at David Hogg for not accepting the apology. Yeah. And on the left, on the other hand, people are really crazy praising this kid for standing up against the big news network, and just being no, I do not accept her apology. This is not genuine, and I cannot accept it. So is he right to have rejected the apology? And my answer is I think he's right. So I'm going to show the tweet again here, but this is one of the things that David Hogg was really not happy about. Not the fact that okay, she's mentioning about my GPA and I'm not happy, I'm gonna attack you back, and it's not about the GPA at all. And you can see that from the beginning of the video. He was not happy that she basically tried to deflect the main issue here, which is basically he was talking about gun violence, and he was saying, this is something important. We need to think about that. We need to do something because there's mass shooting every day or every week or something like that, and nothing is getting done. This is an important issue. And then here comes a tweet from Laura Ingraham. Yeah, this little kid, he has a 4.2 GPA. And, he complains about it. Also, I watched the video when he complains about the 4.2 GPA. It's not really complain. It's more oh, you had a bad day? Yeah, I applied to some college, and then I got a 4.2 GPA, but they don't accept me. But it's all right. But it's not even the point of when they were asking him, it was something on the side that he was just saying, why he had a bad day. And it didn't really sound like complaints. But that's besides the point, actually. The real point here is that the thing that that was not good about the thing that was not nice about this tweet is the fact that you get somebody voicing an opinion about something very important, like gun violence in America and gun control. This is a subject that needs a lot more discussion because the situation is not great. If you watch the news, there's so much mass shooting happening. And okay, I can understand that, you know, people on the right side who are really for the Second Amendment, they are not they don't want the government to take away the guns. Okay, that's the opinion. Now regarding this, because of this, you know, they started attacking David Hogg on the grounds that he did not accept the apology from Laura Ingraham. But if you actually look at the apology, this is again, you know, like I'm sorry for the people who got the 4.2 GPA. 4.2 is very good. No, please accept my apology. This is Holy Week. You know, we all need to be nice to each other. 4.2 is a good GPA, and you should be proud of it. And then especially, you know, people who got the victim of this violence or whatever. But there's the deflection is done, basically. The distraction away from the main content, which is gun violence, is done. The harm is done. I mean, there could have been a way to apologize, in a way to bring back the discussion to gun violence. You know, I don't know, like she could have mentioned about it a little bit more and say like we're going to have more discussion about gun violence because, you know, I'm sorry to have distracted about that. But no, she said sorry about mocking the kid for having a 4.2 GPA or no, not getting to college and whatever, something stupid like that. And please keep in mind, this is really like something that you need to pay attention about. You know, when somebody is doing, like, let's say, I'm gonna give a different example. You know, let's say, you know, you're doing a talk in front of millions of people, and then you know, you're very passionate about this talk, and this is something very important, but your voice needs to be heard for this discussion to be taken seriously. And there's this woman in the middle of nowhere. Hey, hey, oh, you're ugly or something. Just like something completely random and completely stupid. It's like completely out of the subject. So then he attacks back, and then you know, he basically he showed that, you know, okay, you know, you want to play a game with me, okay, and then ask all the advertisers to pull all the companies to pull the advertising from the show. When you look at the apology, it's not something to bring back the subject of gun violence. She's still deflected, and then she's still in the subject of mocking the kid, you know, mocking the kid for the GPA, and now, you know, now everybody is concentrating on him rather than and exactly the way he said, you know, it's not about me, it's about discussing about gun violence. But now everybody is just concentrating on the kid, even on both sides, you know, on the right side, on the left side. On the right side, you know, right wingers, they're saying like, this kid, you know, he's act like a Nazi. He has like very bad attitude. He should not have been accepted into college with 4.2 GPA, which you know, I don't think he actually I mean, he cares, but it's not his point in this thing. And what else? Right, I mean, all those kind of accusation. On the other hand, on the left side, this is what people are doing. Like, oh, this kid, he's like now very strong, you know, very well. I mean, that's good praise, you know, but just notice something. Everybody forget about the main subject, which is gun violence. Everybody forget about it on the right side, on the left side. So that's the reason why, you know, I wanted to make this video. Like, on both sides, you know, people are just like completely like distracted. And basically, the attack from Laura Ingraham was kind of successful. Despite the fact that she apologized, that doesn't matter. It's still there. There is one thing that I would say though, which is noteworthy. I mean, the fact that there's a lot more attention on him because of this whole story. That could be a good thing, you know, like because he's a little bit more popular, you know, then maybe he might have more opportunity to talk about gun violence later, which in turns is like the kind of the caveat, you know, like even though this was like an attempt to distract from his main point, but at the same time, it gave him, as a person, a little bit more power, and then he might turn out for the best, but we don't know. So now let's move on from the subject itself, and let's talk about what we have to learn from this. In this, in this debate of gun violence, and gun control, where on one side you say, it's not about the guns, it's about the people. You should not take out the guns. The guns are not the problem, the people are the problem, or whatever. Just do not touch the guns, basically. And another side that says guns are the problem. We need to address this issue. We need to have more controls on the gun. So we need action. So notice one thing. On one side benefits of no action. The right side benefits from no action. The side that is advocating for, no action in terms of like controlling the gun or whatever, whereas the left side is advocating for a change in terms of adding more tight control to gun and background checks and all that stuff. But notice one thing, like one side has the advantage, and guess which one it is? The side that does not want any action. For anything that is happening like in the world, whether you're debating, change in policies, or even, let's say you're working at a company, and then you have this great idea, and then another person say, no, let's not do that. The person that says no, the person that advocates for no action, has the advantage by default, because just look, let's say we have a heated debate, and let's say the person who advocates for no change says, oh, squirrel, and everybody's like, squirrel, everybody gets distracted, and then that's it. Like, basically you can actually like win simply by pulling people away from the main point. It is so easy to win when you want no action. You can just delay action. Delay action is already like you're winning. The more you delay, the more, like, every time there's a point and you bring up a counterpoint, like, let's say like there's like a lot of points. I mean, it's good to bring counterpoints, but I think, like, as you bring in counterpoints, in order to get something very valuable from a debate, you still need to find a way to move forward. So points, counterpoints with an alternate solution, that's preferable than a counterpoint that says, let's just not do that and let's not discuss about it. And on the other side, what do you have? You have the person who wants change, the person who's advocating for, a change in the law to change the way we handle guns in this country. And they're trying so hard to get the voice heard, but look at what happens after every single mass shooting. Some discussions, some back and forth, and after the back and forth, it fizzles away because there's not enough energy to bring this discussion forward. There's like too much distraction on one side, and it's so easy to distract. So I think this is a problem. This is problem mainly in the way like debates are handled, and basically my main point really, like, if you've been following better than me this whole story between David Hogg and Laura Ingraham, and you've been watching several videos, I would say, like, if you really think that this is the situation, that it's okay to attack David Hogg for in this when he's like trying so hard to make a change, to bring an issue, to make a change in the world. That's what he's doing right now. And then you're attacking him for his behavior, like in terms of not accepting an apology when he got attacked on his GPA. That's you kind of like deflecting too. I mean, I gotta admit, this is really what it is. Talking about something that is really not like kind of taking away his point. I mean, on the left too, the people they're just like very excited about the fact that they try to defend the fact that he did not really whine about his GPA. He was just like talking. That's past the point, really. So I'm gonna see how this thing plays out. I don't know if this deflection from the main subject from Laura Ingraham, was it really successful? Is David Hogg's message gonna fizzle out? And yeah, basically, did she win? Although actually, if she did lose the show because of the advertising pulling out, I wouldn't really call that winning. But in terms of the debate, did she win that? Or is David Hogg really going to use this kind of instant, like 15 minutes of fame to really like push forward his agenda and get his voice heard? We're going to see what's happening, and let's see how it plays out. To realize the problem in big debates, when one side has the power of just saying no and just calling squirrel on things. That's the main point of this video. Okay. I hope. Don't expect me to do too much political stuff. I'm really starting to. I'm trying to stay away from all the political crap. I just want to say something only when I feel like there's something to be said. That's me, alright? Cheers. I hope this video was not too long, but see you. Bye.